Wacky Wednesday. You already know we right here at work decided to hop on Chop It Up with individuals, see what's the talk of the town. It's going down, the one in the curve, you heard me. Now I know normally we haven't been doing lives on Wednesdays because they had my day off, so I was off Wednesday, but since Thanksgiving's coming up, hey, we've been busy at work, so got me switching up my days again. So I wanted to, just jump on, chop it up with the folks and the lokes, see what's good, what's the talk of the town, is going down the one in the curve. The homie Mr. Pasa is definitely up in the casa for the raza. ¿Qué onda, loco? ¿Qué es la buena vida? ¿Qué tranzas? What's happening? Como dicen. And for those who are curious, I did drop a new video on this channel if you guys want to scope that out. Question I was asked by one of my subscribers regarding deals and actives and support and whatnot. Now, for those who were asking if I could make a video on the blood on a wire individual and his paperwork, I don't even know who that is. I don't know who people are talking about. So I don't even know who that is. So beats me. Give it a happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving. Cabo Cabo. Cabo Cabo, el día del pavo. The gunner does make. I don't know. It wouldn't be America without them gringos. Facts, actually. This would still be Mexico. At least where we're at. If they wouldn't have came here, then this. As much as that hurts some of the MAGA people to hear. Would be suffering along them. Actually, yes. Or who knows? Because then we would have to, because remember, California is one of the most profitable states of the whole entire United States. By itself, the revenue that California produces is, if we were to split, we would be, I think it was the 40th highest country when it comes to revenue. Country. Keep that in mind. Country. So we would be top, we would be some of the top countries in revenue just by itself, just California by itself. Isn't that insane? And in size in itself, I mean, California is like bigger than Italy, if I'm not mistaken, in size. So one state is literally the size of a whole entire country. Isn't that wild? So for those who were wondering how come the U.S. is so dominant, well, considering that some of our states are bigger than some of these countries in themselves, I mean, you're talking about a whole lot of land and a whole lot of people. What do you think about regular folks? Don't want to work 9 to 5. Be their own bosses, make money their own way. I think that's stupid. I mean, if they're able to do it, they're able to do it, right? But why make fun of other people who don't have it, who don't have the same opportunities or obstacle, or how should I say, like goals as you, right? As white people, they're doing good. Well, yeah. Well, Mexico's not just full of Mexicans. You have Asians there. You have blacks. You have a lot of Middle Easterns too. You have a lot of people there as well, like Persians and shit like that. So Mexico is not just full of Mexicans, despite what people might want to say. Sinaloa has white people. I want YouTube money. YouTube money's not even all that great, bro. A lot of these, keep in mind, a lot of these people that are on YouTube that make money also lie about the amount of money that they make as well. So you also have to keep in mind that they're not making as much as they like to, throw out there. Most people that brag about how much money they make, nine times out of 10 they're lying about the amount that they make. Example. The NBA guy that recently got arrested in the whole NBA scandal, the whole betting scandal, right? One of them was Jones, right? Who played 11 years in the NBA. 11 years in the NBA. He made more than 21 million in the NBA. Who was still, coaching staff for, I forgot what team. I don't know if it was the Cavaliers or the Lakers, but he was a coaching staff. When they all got arrested, he couldn't even afford a lawyer. He had to get a public defender, and he couldn't even post his bail. His parents had to offer up their house to get him out of jail. So, but he's over here bragging about his gold chains and his rings, but he couldn't even afford a fucking lawyer. You get what I mean? I'm almost there. I don't have to show my... No, you don't have to show your face. Nobody says that people have to show their face, right? The only way that I say that people should show their face is like if they're insulting somebody, like if they're disrespecting somebody, then you should at least put your name on it, right? But you don't have to show your... There's a lot of content creators who never have showed their face, who make great content and great, who have great channels. Look at the Infographic Show or the Amazing Show or the Watch Mojo or whatever the fuck. They never show their faces. Carlos Slim isn't Aztec, but he is Mexican. Well, they would still have Aztec blood in them. Like if the Spaniards, had relations with the natives, they would still have native blood within them, though. You can't speak about YouTube, buddy. On this channel, this channel's monetized. My other channel's not monetized, but this channel's monetized. What do you think about Jackson's right? Horrible, make fun of him. He's sick. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, I don't have YouTube money like that. No. I have never once proclaimed to have money like that. We all hate art. No, that's not true. There's a lot of people that have good relationships with their fathers. There's a lot of good people, like good parents out there. There's a lot of good fathers out there. Now, yes, I can agree that not everyone's blessed to have good relationship with their parents. Right? What's cracking? No, yeah, he's Mexican. Isn't a Mexican Arab? Yeah, no, there's big populations of Arabs in Mexico. And blacks and whites and Asians. It's not just Mexicans that live there. As a matter of fact, where my family lives in Mexico, there's a person who owns a business there who and they're black from Compton. They went to move and open a business over there in Mexico, a restaurant. And it does good. Well, according to my cousins, it does good. Carlos Slim was not Mexican. His father, he wanted to profit from his, even tortured them and messed up. Yeah, no, yeah. There's a lot of parents that are like that with their like celebrity kids. Unfortunately, a lot of celebrity, like these child actors that had to go through that shit. You know, it's crazy though. I mean, you had like, who was it, the one that what you talking about, Willis? His parents kept all the money, like they pocketed all his money. They left him with nothing. And then you had that one from, I don't know, some sitcom show, right? But her mother would starve her. Not only that, but then they were also abused in the workforce, right? Like they didn't have no, they were overworked them and fucking all kinds of shit. And it's sad because they're doing this to them at a time when they need to be just kids, right? But instead of that, they're having them fucking be like adults and shit. Just because they want to take advantage of their gift, I guess. God bless. Yeah, or he was just a greedy bastard. But let me hit that like, hey, gracias, appreciate that. Got rich out of the monopolization of, yeah, yeah, he did. You know, it's crazy because it's bad for the economy whenever you have a monopoly, right? One of the first things that Obama did as presidency was put a bill in place where big companies weren't able to do that, right? And the companies that did exist already that were like that, he broke them up. He made them have to sell their parts of their company and split them, right? Then when Trump came into office, he made it go back to the way it was, because of course Trump is going to protect his rich friends, wouldn't he? When we already knows that when you do that, it kills off jobs. You know what I mean? If you don't have no competition, that's bad for business. When a company buys another company, normally what happens is that a lot of those people lose their jobs. These people already have workers they just put in their places. It was different times. No, it was different times. It's a good thing that people learn from their mistakes, though. Now you have kids growing up soft. No, but is it soft though? Would you consider that soft though if they're just not allowing themselves to be abused though? That's not soft, you know? What it was is that people before thought it was okay to be mistreating each other. High power for self. In serio? Sign up and you could get the best klesha in the world. My boy will have you looking more fresh than the best playa you ever. Hey, shekele, hey, shekele. He'll show you how to keep trusha for the karusha. What about when bleach himself to look white? I think he had a skin disorder, no? Didn't he have like some shit wrong with his skin? Has shadows deep fried? No, no. I'm curious to see how that would taste, though. How a deep fried turkey would taste. Would it taste like KFC? Yeah, I like Thanksgiving too. They got all the best food. I'm pretty sure for the holidays they make an exception to the rules. $2 Pelican Bake Lesha. Ese why missing yard Lesha. Damn, my boy. Hey, with them prices right there, hey, you're gonna make some serious feria. They'll tell you how to make the best fucking spreads and homemade shanks. Like when I see all these fools out here making spreads, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're not locked up no more. All right? With all this good food out here, you don't need to be eating spread. Why the fuck are you making a spread for? Why? Like, just knock it off. Just stop, bro. Never once hanging around with all my homies through all my fucking years has anybody ever been like, hey, homie, I'm eating a spread. You want one? The fuck? These people try too hard, bro. It's fucking ridiculous out here. I'm like, bro, nobody's trying to eat no fucking spread, bro. You know that. I know that. Whole fucking world knows that. Stop with the nonsense already. These people have all this good food that they could purchase. You're going to be teaching them how to make a fucking spread, bro. The only time you should be eating a spread is if your only other option is like dog food, which is like what they serve you in there. Like if you were to pick between spread or what they serve you in the prison, of course you're going to choose the spread, right? But not because it's gourmet, but because of the lack of options. If you had to pick between prison food, spread, or a fucking hamburger or a taco, bro, no one's picking the spread. Like, you're not looking down and gangster just because you're eating a spread, you goofball. Hey, homie, I'm just right here right now at the canton, homie, eating a spread. I just got out the playa, homie. Just stop. And I have never heard a homie extend his arms like on the serio. If homies were to hear a homie talk like that, they'd be like, "Oh, you okay, bro? You having a stroke or some shit?" Like, they'll say serio, like that, like serio, but they won't be on the serio. I've never heard a homie talk like that. Maybe in movies. It didn't, but it ended up. What is it always for? Oh, okay, so that's what it was. Hey, likewise, carnal. High power. Don't be. What's this thing? Hit it. Let's get the feria. Super. What if somebody wanted to open up a fast food restaurant serving spreads? Then they would make no money. Yeah, no one talked like Popeye from Blood and Blood. I have never once heard a homie talk like that, bro. No, but these people, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, what? Maybe when homies are hanging around and just fucking around and clowning around, maybe. No one's actually being dead. He's talking like that. And the reason why they clown around like that is to make fun of movies that do that. Turkey, ham, pumpkin pie. Ooh, my boy, stuffing, mashed potatoes. Like, if people were to hear like a homie talk like that, they'd be like, "Hey, my boy, like, why are you trying so hard? Like, what are you doing, bro?" Like, hey, bájale, no, compa. Your gangster radar is like, you have it cranked to the max, bro. Nah, honey buns are good. That's like top cash right there, bro. That's like top tier currency. That Doritos and Fritos. That's like the money makers. Because I'm an old soul on the stadium. You dress like the old school cholos. You mean the Chicanos, old school Chicanos. Remember, the cholos adapted the Chicano culture. They adapted the Chicano stilo. So cholos don't. It's not like these individuals are dressing like cholos, but it's more like cholos dressed like Chicanos. Join my boxing event. Let's make the money. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy that people pay for that. You know what I mean? It's just like I've just I don't. It's like that takes such commitment and such like if you're gonna be selling a boxing event like a boxing fight though like you have to put effort into it, right? And most individuals are not gonna do that though, especially street individuals, right? And then what ends up happening is that you have two individuals that don't know how to box in a boxing ring, and then it turns out to be a horrible fight, and people are mad, and it's like, well, what did you expect from two non-boxers? Watching two amateur dudes get in the ring is like watching Elon and Stephen Hawking's get in the ring, bro. None of them are boxers, so of course it's gonna be a horrible fight. Get what I mean? That's like if you get the chess club to play against the computer club in a boxing game, and I mean in a basketball game. It's gonna be a horrible game. They're not basketball players. You know what I'm saying? I get it that people like the sport and they have a passion for it. I understand, but being like actually getting a boxing event together, it takes a lot of time and like people train their whole lives just to get an opportunity to be on a lower card. These individuals only train a few months, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? You need more time, more time. Because boxing is not just like getting in the ring and thinking you can fight, right? Strategy, technique above it all. Takes technique. And you just can't build technique just in a few months. Because when you're put in a situation where it's fight or flight, right, you're going to go back to what you're used to knowing, right? If you haven't really practiced your skill all that well, right, you're just going to go back to doing what you're normally known on doing. So it's like all that training flies out the window. Anytime there's always a YouTube fight, like a YouTube boxing fight, people complain about how whack it was, and it's like, what did you expect from non boxing? Is not a street fight, bro. It's not. It's not. It's just not. In a street fight, individuals could kick and headbutt and elbow and bite and anything goes. Boxing, you can't. Right? My love bug is definitely up in the building. Love you, baby. It's like you have to put everything in effect, right? Like the weight of the gloves, the heat of the area where you're at, the constant moving around, right? All of that is going to take effect. People, especially if they don't have no stamina, because you'll drain stamina, a lot by just swinging out there with weighted hands. You'll drain your stamina really, really quick. Especially if you're just swinging recklessly, like some of these individuals tend to do, right? It's like with every swing that you throw, your punch is gonna get weaker and weaker. So like you should. That's in real boxing fights, you don't really see them throw out of control punches. They wait for the right punch because they know just swinging foolishly is gonna get them tired. Like, yeah, serio. Look at Mike Tyson was one of the greatest of all time, and look at him. And that he got like what, maybe like a year to prepare. Was it a year? Maybe about a year, and he wasn't ready. And this is one of the best to ever do it. Right? It takes a long time to get back into shape and to know what you're doing out there. It's not just as easy as like, okay, me and you in a boxing fight. For what? And also, you have to keep in mind, just because somebody could beat somebody in a boxing match doesn't mean that they could beat them in a street match, in a street fight. Different apply. You get what I'm saying? Well, I don't know his background. He said he even punched the ref. No, mames. Hey, gracias. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to both of you guys. Now he's a YouTube guy channel? Wes Watson versus Logan Paul. Nah. Like all these fights that they're putting together, like I think they wanted to put Shaquille O'Neal versus this rapper guy or DJ guy or whatever the fuck he was, and I'm just like, bro, ain't nobody trying to see that, bro. I'm not trying to see nothing like that. You know what I want to see? I want to see two actual boxers box. I don't want to see no fucking rapper, no fucking actor, no fucking business owner. I want to see two actual boxers. That's what makes a good boxing match good. That you actually have boxers boxing. Like people are disappointed with all these fucking fights that have been happening lately. You got a player versus a basketball player in a boxing ring, and then you wonder why it sucks. Like, wow, what you think was gonna happen? You have a YouTuber versus a fucking grandpa. What you think was gonna happen? Like, disrespecting boxing so much is not even funny. Like, they think that anybody could just get in the ring and box, bro. Like, if it's that easy, like, oh yeah, just put on the gloves and go in there, and there. That's all it takes. It doesn't take years of training and technique and all. No. Whoever says that is bullshitting. Just put on the gloves and get in the ring, and there you go. Bam, you're a boxer. Like, what? No respect on the like this. Like, is that easy, huh? Fuck. Well, if it was that fucking easy, you would have so many fucking boxers then. Anybody could just become a boxer. It's not that fucking easy. That's why you don't have that many boxers. It's not like people haven't tried. It's just they haven't been good enough. Because, yeah. Something you gotta take serious. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna train for like about 6 months and then voy a hacer gallo giro. 6 months of training and they think that they're like gonna be fucking, el gallo negro. 13 KOs, como dijo el pinche Crucito. You have a record? Of course he has a record. A great record. 13 KOs, dijo el vato. Make Chicano rap great again. I feel like Chicano rap is as good as it's ever been. SD needs another Little Rob. Mm, I wouldn't say Little Rob was the best out of SD, the most famous. But in style wise, he wasn't the best. I get it that people just like his style, right? My only problem with Little Rob's style is that he tended to rhyme the same words with the same words. I'm coming up, I'm running up, I'm serving it up, 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 up. Like I don't know, just when people rhyme the same word over and over again, it's just like that's not rhyming. Can't be rhyming the same word. I'll never give up, I'll fuck you up. I'm known to run up, 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 up. I put it down, I'm staying down, down, down. That's like just it's not creative for me. Lefty claims a label, he's a well, Lefty's from the SGV. He's from Bowen Park. I know that's kind of weird that he does claim LA. Normally, individuals are proud of the area they come from. Like, they don't rep an area that they're not from. You know? Celebrity fights are mostly comedy fights and how bad they... I know they're horrible fights, and people are just... I'm telling you, like, I don't know why people are expecting to see this, like, slugfest, right? It's like, you have non-boxers in a boxing ring. Like, it's going to be a fucking shit fest. It's going to be whack. Get mad when boxers, like hug, when they hug and they have to separate them. People get mad when that happens in a boxing fight. Imagine these celebrities, that's all you're going to see. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing out there. I'm telling you, everyone just thinks that it's that easy that they could just get in there and do it, but it's not as easy as like that, bro. That's why, and you can tell that they have no foot movement because like they're tripping over themselves, they're fucking falling, they're stumbling, they're fucking leaning against the rope. You see boxers ever doing that, bro? Because they practice their movements, they practice their footing. These people don't practice none of that. That's why you see them fucking. It looks like you have two drunk people out there. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's like a mockery out of the sport. he punched the ref. No mames. They counted it. They counted it on the scoreboard. Chingados. Yeah, I got interviewed on a few channels actually. Roll Call State of State, Dusty Vision, and a few other ones. Probably the one you're seeing is from Dusty Vision. Cool individual. Go subscribe to Dusty Vision channel. Whoever's interested in the rap history, like hip hop rap and the roots, he covers a lot of that in his channel. A lot of the roots to, NWA, Death Row, Banging on Wax, all those type of albums. He has a lot of knowledge on that. Well, for those who are interested in music and all that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.